everyone. Chuck Northside Guy, today with a response to Joey Brings It, who has asked us to comment on how we like to collect. And if we had $20,000, would we put it to vintage or modern cards? So I think it's a great question, but ultimately it's answered by collect what you love. After all, the fact that there's so much variety in our hobby keeps it vibrant and strong. And as best I can tell, all aspects of the hobby are vibrant and strong. So, all right, done with the political stuff right now. What's my answer? My answer is fewer but better. When I got back into the hobby a couple years ago, after 35 years away from it, number one, I was surprised that the cards that I collected in the late 70s and early 80s are now considered vintage. Really causes me to think twice about how old I have become. But as I got into it, I was really happy to see the array of modern cards available to me, and the production qualities were wonderful. And so I started buying everything. Well, quickly I realized that there's just a lot of cards, and really, at the end of the day, what I was chasing was just a few favorite players and a few high-quality cards. So I got further spooked last week when I saw that Topps thought it was a good idea to have a 1,000,000 card rip party. And I thought to myself, 1,000,000 cards, that sounds like overproduction. And that's before those cards got out to the stores. So I can only imagine what the production levels are. So I also realized that when it comes to buying moderns, there's just so many cards that are piling up. And I decided what I really derive my happiness from is those few cards, modern and vintage. But at the end of the day, for me, the answer, Joey, is vintage. And that means 1933 Goudey, 1953 Bowman Color, and recently T206. And I'm having just a heck of a time learning about the players, the era, the beautiful cards, and holding in my hands what I regard as important pieces of American history. So I want to collect the modern cards, though, because I have two sons, 15 and 11, who are active, 15 and 12, sorry, I'm being reminded, who are very into modern sports, particularly NBA, and also the Major League Baseball. So I do want to pass along the joy of ripping packs and connecting through their love of modern cards. All right, in the end, what would I use with that $20,000? Vintage all the way, and with the three choices Joey gave us, I would say it was the T206 Greenback Ty Cobb. So without further ado, I'd like to share with you my January pickups and give you an idea of what I mean, but fewer but better. Hope you enjoy. First up, these are January pickups. I have a few vintage cards. I have four Bowman 1953 Bowman Color. First up is a PSA 7 Larry Miggins. And I have really taken my time with this set because I want to get them centered. And so this first one I think you can see is very nicely centered. All of them are really nicely centered, I think. Here's just a beautiful, rich color. I think it's Johnny Lippin, Boston Red Sox. Next up is a PSA 6 Duke Snider. I cannot believe it's rated a 6. First of all, it's beautifully centered. Second of all, I'm going to bring the card close so you can see how sharp those upper corners are. Look at that. That's a little ding there. Just beautiful. Beautiful card, Duke Snider. And finally, last month, Roy Campanella. Again, just beautifully centered. Classic. Love the rich blue tones of the hat there. Wonderful. So also what I've meant by fewer but better is modern cards. And I decided I got into one of these little side projects here, and I decided to get every Bowman Chrome and Topps Chrome Mike Trout Gem Mint 10 for every year. I shared my 2011s with you back in August. Those are now in the bank vault. I just had a lot of fun doing this last year with the Derek Jeter series. It was fun to look through when he got the induction in the Hall of Fame there. Beautiful cards, just year after year. Interestingly and unexplainably, there's no 2015 Bowman Chrome Mike Trout except for this die cut. I don't know if you can see it there and rounded. Not sure I like it, but for continuity's sake, maybe ADD's sake, I had to keep collecting them. Here's a 2014 Bowman Chrome. Just beautiful cards, just seeing them back to back to back like this of a favorite player. I wonder how many more years he'll play and what kind of final stats he'll post. And his second year card, Bowman. All right, let's take a look at the Topps Chrome. These are special for my sons and I. We just really like Mike Trout, and it's fun to look at a whole series of one of our favorite players here. That's what I mean. Collect what you love. Not looking to invest, just connect with a player we admire and admire how he plays the game. Great action shot there. Couple more. Two more. And finally, his first year Topps Chrome, or second year, pardon me, Topps Chrome. All right, guys. Well, I hope you see what I mean by fewer but better, and hope as the year unfolds I can share more exciting cards from my collection from both eras, but primarily vintage. Take care, everyone.